Super excited. I recently returned for my yearly break. I take one every year for the month of October, and I go out and I spend time with God, and I really seek His face and go, okay, God, what do you want to do with us through this ministry for the coming year? So our theme, which is one of the things that comes out, we've had a lot of themes over the years that have come out of this time. We had identity, we've had capacity. This year was order. 2020 was order, which is really interesting. But 2021, the theme for 2021 is unearthing treasures. And the idea behind unearthing treasures is walking with people as we listen to them and we hear their pain. We recognize that God has imbued them, has given them gifts and talents, and we're going to help people walk alongside of them and encourage them so they can use their gifts and talents to glorify God. So the idea of unearthing talents really is a spin-off of when Jesus tells a parable about the three guys who have a manager that gives them talents. One gives them 4 talents, one gives them 2, and one gives them 1. And the one guy who had the 1 talent buries his treasure. What we want to do is, before that time comes, before people's numbers are called, to spend time with them, encourage them to use their talent to glorify God. So that's that. That's number 1. Number 2 thing that we're doing, we are launching our 3 Streams initiative in 2021. Very simply put, the one is doing the work of loving the least of these. That's the first stream, which is what we do on a day-to-day basis here at the cafe, as well as in Beaver Falls and West Virginia and all over the country, is literally being present with the least of these and loving them. The second stream is training people to reach the least of these. We do that through lots of different ways. We have a poverty training that we teach people about poverty. We do our philosophy of ministry. We have outreach training that we do. We even have people come and do internships. We'll go and we'll work with churches all the time and say, hey, we'll train your people. They want to come and spend some time here. We'll walk you through the paces. People come do mission trips here. That stuff's phenomenal. The third stream, though, is literally preparing the churches to receive the marginalized, those who have been loved, the least of these. How do we prepare the church? How do we make space, not only in our heart, but in our pews and in our lives, to welcome the least of these who have been loved and are looking for folks to walk alongside them as they grow in the understanding of how much God loves them and are walking out what that looks like. That's a huge initiative that we're looking forward to doing in 2021. One of the ways that we're actually training the churches is we met a young lady in Ohio right at the beginning of October, and we're doing a presentation and a training on epigenetics. If you've never heard that term, it's okay. Basically, it's 2 words, epi and genetics. Epi means on top of, and so the idea is that on top of our genes, and we have these genes. And epigenetics studies how trauma is passed down generationally. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about generational trauma as a way of understanding the people who are coming in and they've been marked, they're the least of these. They've experienced trauma that's life-setting and it's sometimes been passed down genetically from the father to the children, from the mother to the children, from the grandparents to the children. How do we know? How do we understand what people are going through and help walk them into a life of freedom? So that's what we have coming down the pipe. This is going out in the next couple of days, and so this Friday we're having an open house from 5 to 8 o'clock at the cafe. We're following all the CDC rules. We're going to have our mouths covered. We're going to do social distancing. So from 5 to 8 o'clock, and at that 7 o'clock hour, we're inviting the local clergy to come in and bless the space. So asking them, each one of them, to pray a prayer of blessing over our space for the year 2021 as we continue to partner with multiple churches to bring folks into these places of worship, these houses of love, and so that they can be nurtured and loved and prepared to be all that God's created them to be. I invite you down for that. Look forward to seeing you this Friday. If you're interested at all about any of the trainings or any ways that we can help you, whether it's dealing with racism, dealing with addiction, dealing with homelessness, any of the things that folks who are the least of these deal with, just give us a call. We're looking forward to 2021 being an even better year than 2020. And, it's not going to take much because 2020 has been a pretty strange year. My prayer is for you, that God would bless you. He would enlarge your capacity to do what He's called you to do as you identify with Him. And as you walk alongside other folks, they would help you and you would help them unearth the treasures and the talents that God has placed inside of you. God bless you and have a great day.